welcome back as always. We're back again.
Hi.
Do you like our shirts? I got a cool Dragon Prince shirt. Mom's wearing the Katara hoodie. And then Jelly Tart Wasted. Hot topic. No sponsorship here. Just love the shirts. How to get them.
That's right. But if you want to sponsor us, feel free.
Yay. And we actually have merchandise, as most of you know. So
yes.
we love it.
We're so excited.
We're so excited. And I'm an artist and I love drawing. So this will hopefully make me make time to actually draw something. I've been doing some fonts and everything, but yeah, like I love drawing and I can draw all this stuff. I love that.
I still have all your cards from when you were a little tyke.
Oh yeah?
All your birthday
cards.
Oh,
do you really? All the birthday cards I always used to draw.
She made every single one.
All kinds of characters on them all the time. And it became
I'd
such
always
a
say
thing.
to you, someday when you're famous.
That's right. See that?
Thank you.
You have a lot of stuff next
You're
to
the
it,
famous
too.
one.
Yes,
So are you.
Oh, God, yeah.
Everyone loves how you guys react. It's awesome. But you guys are really blind to everything you watch, but we are all blind to this, so that's good. Looks like we're on episode 6 of season 2. This one's called Heart of a Titan. And it did end on a cliffhanger last time because I remember we saw them hammering, which was actually a cool, I think I mentioned that last time in the review, where it was a cool scene where we jumped cut from Amaya hammering the stone giant, or the rock giant,
that's right,
and then we kept going in between that and Callum actually looking at the scroll, and he broke the seal.
He broke the seal.
And I really wanted him to read it. And I'm like, but then the Titan guy, the Titan rock thing woke up or something at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And that was before Amaya had her cheek scar. I forget what side it was on, but I love how we're seeing some history now of what happened.
And we kind of think that the scroll has something to say about
so maybe we'll see a different perspective because, again, we're going kind of through Viren's eyes, but at the same time, that's the way we're taking
There's always two sides to every story.
Yeah, and at the same time, I'm kind of seeing it as Viren telling his story, but at the same time, I think we are actually seeing actual history in my perspective.
Yeah.
So he could be bending it, because sometimes there are shows that, I love X-Files, I haven't seen that in a long time, but they had like this one episode where one character would explain this whole thing that happened, and you're only living it through his eyes, and then when the other person explains it, it's the same scenario, but the acting is completely different. Like the person's either super brave or super creepy.
A lot of times it happens.
And it's
even
really
in
funny.
real life.
That's right.
I know, it's like you only hear one side. That's not always the truth.
Yeah, it's just like anything
But I love
else.
how Viren just uses dark magic to be like, hey, look at my cool display. Who needs
Oh
IMAX,
yeah,
right?
the presentation was phenomenal. But
My God.
And as we know,
who's the
dark
source.
magic, not good.
That's right.
And there's primal magic, which magical creatures are born with. So we have Zim, who is a storm dragon. So he, or sky dragon, we've heard both, right? Storm and sky. And so he connects with lightning and stuff. Callum can also do that as well. So he's learning some stuff about that. But he doesn't have a primal stone now.
Right.
But he can feel it. So there's like something there.
Yes.
But I just don't really want to know what Harrow said. And I'm still laughing because I still can't get the king's name right. And all of you have been so kind and you keep leaving me comments on how to say his name. I kept saying Harrow, like off Avatar. I was like, oh my God, and I didn't even catch myself doing that. Like Harrow, you know, but his name, Harrow. I know how to spell it on here. It just shows it right there. But Harrow, and then I really like Sarai as well. Like it was cool, like learning a little bit about her, and she's a strong warrior, and I think it's cool that she is also the advisor of the king. You know, and they're battling it out, debating like, well, just because you think this rock monster is a monster doesn't mean that you have the right to kill this thing. I know you want to save lives, but like, what really gives you the power to decide, oh, well, you're going to die to save these people. Sorry, no choice, you know? I get why on
his
both
whole
sides.
presentation is, we have to go after the elves. We have to do, you know.
With Viren,
Yeah, with Viren. I mean, he's just... It's his way or the highway.
Yeah, he just wants power, and he's very tunnel vision. He just wants to get rid of magic. Well, not get rid of magic. He loves dark magic, but he just wants to get rid of magical creatures. He just does not trust the elves or anything.
Right,
so.
and yet he can do the dark magic.
Well, of course he can. So
with his skin changing all the time, too. He's getting really demonic. So I wonder if he's going to, like, turn into, like, a demon or something. If he, you know, because I'm sure, like, maybe it takes some of your soul away every time. Because every time he needs to replenish himself by killing another thing to, like... I don't know.
I know, that's so sad.
Oh, and I wanted to mention also that Ezran has a connection with Zim. Like, he can talk to animals and stuff. But when they're sleeping, because you see the thumbnail of last episode where they were totally copying each other's movements. Yeah, exact movements.
Remember that? Oh,
Poor Bade got pushed away, and he was so sad.
I know. He was so sad.
I do like Bait a lot. And I keep saying that, but he reminds me a lot of my old kitty cat Moo.
Yeah.
And she was very cute and pretty in her own right, but she had that RBF face where you have the straight, brow. And she always looked angry, but she wasn't angry. She was a good kitty. Like, she wasn't super snuggly, but she was affectionate in her own way. But she kind of reminded me a lot of Bait. Yeah.
See?
Like that kind of personality, and I just love that. I'm like, Mom. But yeah, so I kind of like connect to Bait because of that. But Shishomaru. Yeah, her name was Shishomaru. And just to babble, because I love babbling. You guys don't know Inuyasha at all, but that's an anime that I used to love growing up. Like, I just loved that cartoon. It was more of an adult cartoon, but this show actually reminds me a lot of Inuyasha because they had magical creatures like demons. This one doesn't really have demons in it so far. Two of the main characters, one particularly named Shishomaru, after my kitty cat Shishomaru, who is female, and this character's male. There's a whole story behind that too, because we bought her from a crazy cat lady. She thought it was a male, so we just assumed it was a male. And she was very fluffy when she was a kitten too. So my roommate was like, "Ooh, pet my Fluffy," which is a joke with Shishomaru from the cartoon. But anyways, he was a demon, and he kind of reminds me of the Moonshadow Elves because he had white hair, he has sharp ears, and he had the markings, So I was like, hey, I wonder if that's like different characters, different species, or whatever you want to say. But kind of reminded me of that, just saying. I'll just end my babble there, and I think we should get into this.
She got her name. I always wanted to know.
A female, not a male.
Yeah, I know,
Found out that later.
I know, the vet was like,
vets?
yeah, you can't neuter this, so you have to spay her. I'm like, what? So that's how we found out, And again, I'm not trying to, because I'm a crazy cat lady in my own right, but...
she is now, yes. It's a
yeah, if you saw this house, you would have been like, whoa! Yeah, and at the time I was like, sweet cats everywhere, and it wasn't really kept up, It was in Philadelphia.
Clean, but...
Watch Callum not read the scroll today, and I'll be like, what the heck? I want to know. Why would you do that?
He will.
No.
Just kidding. I'm alive. Okay, so we're on episode 6, Heart of a Titan. Okay. Literally. So I hope they continue the story, which I think they will.
Dear Callum.
Oh, he's trying.
Because I'm your stepfather, I was trying to give you the space I thought you needed to love your real father, even though he passed away. Now I wonder if I should have held you closer.
That's nice to say.
I wonder if showing you how much I loved you would have been okay and would not have disrespected your relationship with him. I love you unconditionally.
Oh, that's so nice to say.
You can't read, can you?
Do you know?
A few months ago, I took my revenge on Zadia. Tonight, it is their turn. I will share with you a lie, a wish, and a secret.
Ooh, turn the page.
Needed a quick trip to the little king's room.
That's how they actually talked back then. God, it takes a lot of bravery to attack that thing.
Yeah, wow, what the heck?
Oof.
Jeez.
Yeah, they full out just kill people in this Avatar.
Uh-oh.
Snap. Ooh. Did she get a scar? Is his heart?
Ooh. She's gonna lose her life. She's gonna lose
Woohoo! Yeah, she dies.
Must be. Oh.
Whoa, when you touch it. Get away from it.
Yeah.
Back
Oh
off.
my gosh.
I know.
There
you go.
I'm melting. Which is a good thing, but
Let's see if it goes
no
to fruition.
consequences.
Sister?
I love how they don't always tell us what they're saying, but you kind of get it.
Yeah.
The wounded must be left behind.
See?
We can't afford to slow down.
You don't need to whisper, Viren. I'm deaf. It'll be okay.
She knows.
Once I rest a bit, I can make it back by myself.
No.
But Harrow, they just said...
We leave no one behind. We do not leave our wounded.
You wouldn't do this if it wasn't your wife's sister.
Know
I've
your
made
place.
my decision, and it is final. These moments of purest strength appear as weakness to those who don't know better. I ask you and your brother to reject history as a narrative of strength. that it can be a narrative of love.
Rayla?
Done
Unusual
puking?
name, isn't it?
Velas with a silent D.
Tis fair. So, what do you do for a living?
I'm an assassin.
You're not joking.
Well, I'm supposed to be an assassin, but I've never actually, killed anyone.
Oh, well, maybe someday. Never give up on your dreams.
Dreams? Oh
Thanks
my
for the
god.
encouragement. I'm not sure being an assassin is my dream after all.
The additional burden of carrying the wounded.
Ah, the burden.
Our
additional
pace
burden.
back to the
Yeah.
breach was slower than I'd wished. Dawn.
And then it didn't work.
I
The sun
came.
rose on the horizon like a hot doom.
Poor
I
baby.
knew was coming for us. Suddenly, the heat disappeared. There was a chill as a shadow covered the sun.
Yeah, that would be
You
scary.
just tick somebody up.
Aw, he's so cute as a baby. Oh, she fakes it for him.
Crazy old man, but let me share some wisdom, will you? Life is like a river.
Oh, great. That's
Water.
exactly what I was afraid of.
Don't try to control where the river goes. There's one thing you can know and control. Yourself. Then wherever the river takes you, you'll be right where you were always meant to be.
They're both getting lessons.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, narcolepsy? It's his daddy.
We have to hold off the dragon as long as possible so those carrying the heart can make it back.
Save all our people.
Aw.
Go.
Yeah, don't waste time. What can you do?
Yeah, right? He wants to see it.
It's cool that he breathes lightning.
No way, this didn't happen. There's no way he did this.
Yeah, right?
I tried to save your parents, he's gonna say.
That's the stone that Callum
Ah,
had.
yeah, that's
right,
it.
yeah.
Oh, that's
pretty
his
cool.
face.
Aw, for Anya.
Yeah. Swipe.
That's how they died.
Without him to perform the spell, the heart is worthless, and this was all for nothing. I'll see you on the other side.
Double meaning.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know what lies on the other side, but I do know I will be watching over you and your brother. Always.
Come on.
Oh, it's like the statue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
You know, and she died. She got knocked off. Oh, she's wounded. I'm gonna take her horse.
Yeah, right?
Bye-bye. Yep. I had to take her horse.
Have to run!
Yeah, right.
Took her last breath.
The horse is dead too.
Mm-hmm. But they're so close to them.
We returned home. The spell worked. It created fertility and abundance. The people of both of our kingdoms knew who they owed their lives to.
Her parents.
These incredible heroes.
Yeah.
It should have been me.
I'm so sorry.
He's waiting for you now.
Okay.
Oh, I just gotta tell the
It's
kids.
till then. I'm so young too.
Sometimes there are changes you don't expect.
Oh.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what he told Ezrin. Remember?
Do not let the past define your future as I did. Free yourself from the past.
Thank you for sharing this story, Lord Viren. I feel lucky to have heard so many beautiful stories.
Oh, that's cool.
It may seem strange to miss someone I've never known, but I miss them so much.
They would choose to join us and fight by our side.
I think you are right. Perhaps they would.
Ah, seems
But I
good.
will not.
Good.
What?
I cannot repay a debt of 100,000 whose lives were saved by sending 1 million men and women to die in violence.
Did you not listen? Did you not?
I'm afraid we can no longer.
Coward!
God, Grim
He's
just
gonna get
lash out like
he's
that.
gonna get crazy. Wow.
Your empty apology.
Off with his head.
I'm gonna put a curse on everyone.
They'll be on your side of the border soon. You'll all pay the price.
The secret is hidden in the Bantha Lodge, right where you are right now.
Oh.
How's that for planning?
The Bantha Lodge.
We're at the Bantha Lodge, huh, baby?
Cube with rune symbols on each side.
Oh yeah, that's what he has.
It.
Oh, that's good. Phew.
It
Cool.
belonged to an elven wizard in Zadia, the Archmage Erebos, a master of all 6 primal sources. And legends say it unlocks something of great power in Zadia.
Key of Erebos.
Perhaps it will be you, Callum, who discovers the key's secrets.
So don't lose it.
Secretly loves belly rubs.
Oh boy. Flips right over.
Who's a tubby little grub? Waterproof socks. It's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor.
Oh my god.
You just showed me the socks. That's not what a metaphor is.
He's a little crazy. Oh.
Is this a trick?
No, I just love you.
Well, I love you too.
Aw, that's nice.
I stand laughed.
Oh, the bear on the wheel.
I smell it.
Hey, what was that? A shadow.
Ooh,
You're asking the wrong
a
question.
dragon.
There's something up there.
Cool.
Oh.
It's Bubby.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Oh, wow.
We come in
Oh,
peace.
great.
And then credits. Woohoo.
Just,
Ah, it's Sarai.
yeah.
Is that Anya's necklace?
The necklace.
Yeah. Oh.
The key of
ring.
Erebos.
The key.
I think I'm saying that right.
Wow.
The satchel.
Seeker spell.
Aww.
Oh, that's so cute. Little
Belly
Bubby.
rubs.
Oh god.
Belly
Got
rub.
bait.
Oh god, there's the hippo again. It zims him
Oh,
out
and he's
now.
still
It's like that
starting.
zims in the dream.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
fun.
that was good.
And I do like the ending credits a lot. So some have said after we saw the ending credits of the first season that the ending credits do foreshadow stuff that happens in episodes that we haven't seen yet. So hopefully they're not major spoilers and stuff, but so far it's been fine.
Yeah.
We did see the hand on the mirror before,
That's
and then
right.
we now see this person in the mirror.
Right.
So there was a little hint to that. I do like watching them though, because the illustrations are really nice,
Yeah.
and it's kind of fun like Callum's drawing it or something, because he likes to sketch
Absolutely,
a
it's
lot.
great.
Sure.
Yeah, so I thought that was
Oh,
kind of a
yeah.
cool Easter egg thing to do. But yeah, so I thought it was good. We got a good history lesson.
Yeah, we did.
And it was told by Viren, so
Yeah.
I know, so we're kind of
Nice.
questioning that. I'm sure you guys will let us know, because
Yeah.
I'm really getting the feeling that he was telling the story, yes, but I feel like now and again his voice would come back and narrate, but other times when we were just focused on the characters, like we were actually watching in real
Yes.
time, I kind of
Yes.
felt like that is what happened.
Uh-huh.
But still, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out later. Like,
Yeah.
he was kind of a jerk all the way through.
Yeah.
But trying to see this in the now, like it did happen. I think Viren was actually a good guy, but I think dark magic just took him
magic
over so
power.
much, and his
Yeah.
obsession, and just very
But
angry and
why
hateful.
would he kill Harrow though?
Yeah.
I don't know if he did or not.
I don't know either. I mean, we don't know, but
Yeah,
we're kind of assuming that.
Yeah.
Because we know the elves actually killed the body at least because they sent out the bird to say he died. So I do believe that the Moonshadow elves, Renan actually did kill, or one of them killed his body at least. But somehow Viren went in there with the 2 snakes and wanted to convince him and slowly shut the door and then wouldn't let Callum in there to see his own dad. So that was that whole open end is still kind of like making me question, because I love Avatar The Last Airbender and they really cover all the details and so little things here and there sometimes like come back later. So I'm hearing from you guys that we have to pay attention to certain details in this, which we are, and there's a lot of mystery.
Now their aunt was there too.
Yeah, their aunt was there.
And she might have a different story.
We might hear that at some point. We saw how she got her scarf. That's how it happened.
So
that is.
Yeah. You know, but Viren was so set on leaving the wounded. I don't know if that really happened, how it happened. You know, maybe with their mom.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I get the impression that he was a good guy, but who knows? We don't know if that's the right story or not, so we're still questioning that. But to see Thunder come down, and that's Zim's dad, you know, like to see him come down and just like go after everyone, and he's so big. I love how he breathes lightning though, not fire. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, but very menacing, very scary, and even seeing Viren go against him and using that spell, and he had the primal stone that Callum stole, you know, because that was originally Viren's, I guess, and then Callum stole it from that dungeon or whatever. Nose broken, but that was kind of cool seeing that in action, him doing that frozen spell to freeze the dragon's head to the ground. Like that was crazy.
That was.
Yeah, and if Anya's parents died that way, I mean, that dragon was massive and just a tail of that size, weight, and strength.
Oh, definitely.
Just absolutely crushed them.
Sure.
I like how they did that, too, where it was really sad. We didn't actually see the action. We saw the before action. And then I think we saw Viren's expression, and we just knew that was it. And just the music on top of that, it was very emotional, you know. And then seeing Sarai, like, how brave was she to go back, if, again, going by the story that it was like truthful or whatever. Like that's very brave of her to be like, see you on the other side. Like I don't think she meant I was gonna die, but I'll see you back in
literally
the
on the other side.
The human lands, not the magic lands or whatever. But like double meaning there. So
exactly, and she was always, you know, so truthful to her people and always wanted to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And if she had to get Viren, you know, because he needed to do the spell, otherwise it was for nothing.
She had a good point there, So for her to go back there, and she's a strong warrior, she was so brave to go back and help him out. And I love that transition showing her, like, reaching out for Viren as a statue.
Yes.
Like, that was a powerful posture. I like that a lot, you know. And she was always very helpful. So I think part of it was truth, you know. I don't know. So we'll find out. There might be more story later, but... Now, Callum has this cube, this key of Erebos. Again, we'll learn the names as we go, but I think they said Erebos, and I'm interested in what that has to do with it.
How he got it.
Thank God, because he knew about it, and again, he is obsessed with magic. He's always wanted to learn magic, and I like how they put that into play, where that's why he knew about that, because when he was a kid, I guess I forget how he said it, but like he knew about it, he found out about it or something, so he just thought it'd be good to have that. To like mess around with it. So thank God he did that.
That's right.
That would suck to be like, okay, now I have to go back after sailing all this time. We're so far already, almost to Zadia probably, and now we have to go back.
Darn.
Yeah, so he has this key of Erebos. So what does that mean? So don't lose it, keep it. And hopefully he can do primal magic with that. It glows every time it's close to magic, so maybe he can draw power from it or something. Maybe. When he's close to certain elements, you know? But I really like what Harrow had to say. I thought that was very nice. A really good lesson.
He didn't want to leave anyone behind.
He didn't want to leave anyone behind. He was a caring king. That's right. And I know that could be a weakness too, but he really cared. And sometimes when you're fearless and scare people and stuff like that could be a weakness too, because people won't respect you. But he truly was compassionate and cared about his people and other kingdoms. Have his kingdom suffer to help another kingdom. Because he's like, we're all equals here. We're all going to do this together and tough it out together.
We can't let, you know, another kingdom go without food. We have to help them.
So what do you guys think about the whole going after a magical creature to save thousands? We debated this last time too. Like, do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing?
I think we're just going by his voice, Viren's voice, so it's too one-sided.
If you didn't know much about the monster, but you knew you had to kill it to save thousands, though, would you do it? Like, would you think that's not a good idea?
To save thousands, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
It's a hard decision because I would be asking a lot of questions like Sarai was doing to Harrow. Does this thing have a family? Does it think? Does it feel? Like, there's a lot of things to debate there, you know? So.
Right. Can we do this any other way? Yeah. We need to do this particular magic to...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was happy that they actually saved all those lives, but at the same time, I'm like, and now... If this monster really didn't feel or anything, it seemed pretty angry though, and didn't really have any ties like a family or something, or was the last of its kind, which is horrible. Now you're also starting another war or more battles because now the King of Dragons is angry and going after.
Exactly, and don't forget, they woke him up by freaking stabbing and punching, you know.
I know, it's like how violent.
So, I mean, he could have been a gentle
tyrant. Even though I don't know anything about you. Exactly, because we know nothing about him.
He started off with violence. You didn't, you know, so that's because he was created like that. Doesn't mean he was, you know.
Yeah, so even though that Zim's dad looked really menacing there and evil, like, he probably was just mad because you're over the line. You shouldn't be in Zadia to begin with. Mm-hmm. You're trespassing, and now you just killed one of my subjects. Exactly. That was probably innocent and maybe had some kind of like job there that was really important. Mm-hmm. Maybe now he was just kind of laying there, but you never know.
You don't know because we don't even know their whole universe. So.
Yeah, so we don't know. So just because we don't know something doesn't mean that we're in the right to just take over or do whatever we want, you know? So I really did like this story a lot. I like learning about Sarai, and we saw how she died, if that's how she died. This is Viren's story, but I think that's truth to a certain extent, but who knows what he did at the end when she actually...
Exactly, and he got really ticked off when no one went for his story. That's you know, nobody wanted to do what he wanted to do at the end. They didn't want to go for it.
I like Anya because she was really strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even hearing all this, whether it was true or not, like she got emotional during it. And I thought maybe she'd cave and be like, okay, well, let's do this. But no, she's being a good queen. Like she's open-minded. She's not going by like past stuff. Like it all kind of mixed in with Harrow's scroll with Callum. He's like, you have to like ignore the lies. Like you want to know history, learn from history, but you have to also have an open mind to really understand and want peace, because if you just have hate, you're never going to learn from the past. Yeah, you're just going to always continue this cycle of war and death. And, you know, so I like how all these different things mix together. And so Callum's getting a good lesson. Viren's trying to give a lesson to everybody else, you know, all the kings and queens. Mm-hmm. And then we also had the crazy pirate guy giving a lesson to Rayla, saying that, like, well, if this isn't your passion to be an assassin, there might be a different calling for you, so you'll figure out what's right for you. So I just love how they all have
their own and no matter where you are in life, you are where you're supposed to be.
So they're all figuring it out and gonna change everything, I guess, you know, because they're all going off path of what was expected of them, it seems like. So yeah, very good story. I definitely, of course, I would say I like the show anyways. It's a lot of fun, and I do like the history in it and the magic of the... Well, I want to see Zadia for one thing, but I love the creatures right now with magic. And Zim is just so freaking cute. I can't get over that. So adorable. And I want to know about this key, so I know that's something that we should keep in mind, you know? Mm-hmm. And again, seeing Viren with the Primal Stone was pretty cool, too. I like seeing him use that. And that wasn't dark magic, really, right? Because it was a contained thing that, I mean, he captured it, probably like a Pokemon or something.
And, you know, and to sum it all up, what happened, they're going to survive off of dark magic. And you need one person to do that magic. And here it is Viren. And now, all over again, he wants to do something in his favor. He's trying to pull everyone together. And he's getting ticked off, and I think he's going to do dark magic all over again. That's his vice. We have to survive under my dark magic.
Yeah.
And
he's so important that way, because it's true. Right. Like, Sarai had to go back, because they're like, if you don't have Viren, we just did all this for nothing.
Exactly.
We just really made the Dragon King mad. We trespassed and everything, so we can do nothing with his heart now. You're right. So
exactly.
They need Viren.
So all these kingdoms have to rely on this one person. Mm-hmm. And that's what he wants.
That's what he wants, yeah. And I know, like, Claudia's learning from him, most likely. I'm sure she didn't train herself, but, yeah, like, how old is she in this? Like, she's probably the same age as Callum or so, maybe a little older or whatever. So he's the only one that we know of in Katalis that, so it's an important position to have.
And even Harrow can't do any of it. He can't help without Viren's help.
the fact that Harrow didn't go back, like I understand, like he is a brave soldier and or warrior too, but Sarai, like advising him before, like you can see how powerful she is, and she kept overcoming him. So she was just the better choice to actually go and retrieve Viren at the time because they needed to have him. I like how that happened too, where even just looking at each other and talking, but not talking about that, like he knew that she had to go. See on the other side, she knew there was a big risk there, and the fact that Harrow's like, I should have gone, not her. And I just love how loving Harrow was. I just love how I'm saying his name correctly now too. I'm thinking Harrow because I keep thinking of the spelling. I want to say Harrow.
He loves Callum, and he loves.
I love that.
love
He's
that
like,
Callum
still
always
my son.
originally had with.
I like how they did that too, because we don't know anything about Callum's father, his actual birth father, and the fact that they didn't make drama of it. They just narrated Harrow saying, I wanted to give you distance, but now I see that maybe I shouldn't have done that because I loved you as my son, you know, but I wanted you to still love your birth father and not get confused or whatever. So I like how he wanted to give him space for that. So his father died, you know, so he has two dads. So it's and his mom, you know, just horrible. But yeah, I want to know more about Callum's father, his birth father. Learning more about Harrow, you know, would be really cool too. I'd love to know more about him. But very good show.
Yeah,
so again, I like the pirate too. He's a little crazy, but we like a little crazy sometimes.
With a little wisdom, you need a nap.
That's right.
One thing too I want to say is I love how cute Rayla is because she's so caring when it comes to Ezra. And did you notice that when she was getting so seasick again, she's sitting on the steps and Ezra ran by her and she immediately just smiled like she was fine and they got sick again, like right when he passed. So it's so cute that she tries to maintain like a happy demeanor, even if she's like hating life because of the water in front of Ezra. And I think that's so sweet. So that's almost like a motherly thing too, you know. And Ezra's so cute with Zim. I love them together. So I think we'll end it there. Loving Dragon Prince, and so we're like just over halfway through with season 2. I'm hearing rumors that there will be a season 4 at some point soon, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon as always.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Queen Anya.
Yay.
I am Jack.